Okay, so this is how you play Super Secret Stealthy Spies. Super Secret Stealthy Spies. Okay, so this is set up for a 4-player game. You roll, whoever gets the highest goes first. I have it set up on a 4-player setup here, and the instructions has different setups for the different amount of players. It is a 2 to 4 player game. It's pretty easy to learn and a quick game, depending on who you're playing with. You're going to have your different spy colors. So you have the white spies on the white home base. You have the red spies. On your red home base, you have the gray spies and the gray's home base. And then you have the black spies and the black home base. It's basically a race to get your spies into the other spies' home bases. You can move your players one space during your turn. You can go forward, sideways, or backwards. Let's see, but you cannot go diagonal. You can move one space unless you get to a red park, which are these little squares here, the little red parks. The red parks, you cannot finish your turn in a red park. So say you were here, and then your next move, you went to the red park. Well, you'd get to move an extra movement because you can't end your turn in a red park. Also, in a red park, you can change directions as well. So you could go like this. But you can't end your turn in a red park, so you'd be able to get through 2 spaces to and end your turn over here. So that's how you do that. These little squares with the numbers on them are subways. So when you move to one of these locations, you roll the die, and whichever number pops up on the die is the subway station that you move to. So you'd move over here to the 3 subway station, and now you're very close to the white spies home base. And once their guys move out of there, you would be able to infiltrate their spy base. Let's see. If you have somebody in your way when you're moving, say it's white spy's turn, you can jump over other spies, even your own spies. Say he had one of his guys over here, he wants to move it to the home base, he gets to jump over both of those spies, and now he's on this new space over here. Always moving forward though, he can't move and go sideways. You're only able to change directions over multiple squares if you're moving through a red park, which are these, remember? Let's see what else. Okay, say red goes over here and they move, and then their next turn they get to skip through this red park. They're going to go to the subway, and then they roll the die. Well, let's say they rolled 3. Well, since they rolled a 3, well, somebody's already on 3, right? So you get to trade spaces with them. You have to trade spaces with them. You don't have the choice. So now red is on 3 over here, and then that's the end of their turn. Now, when it comes back to black's turn, they can choose to roll the die again to go to a different subway. So then they'd come over here. So for the 4-player game, the spies want to infiltrate 2 spies to the spy base that is directly across from them. So red would need to get 2 of their spies over into the black's home base, and they would also need to get 1 of their spies in each of the side bases. So for this game it would be white and gray. And so once they get first spies to get their colors infiltrated into the other spy bases wins the game. Usually it's pretty even playing. It's usually a pretty close game depending on who you're playing with. So that's pretty much it. It's just a race to infiltrate the other spies. It goes pretty quick. Yeah. So I guess if you have any questions, post them and I'll try to answer them. Thanks.